Hello there. I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on. It's going to really be hard to believe this story, but the floor is still empty. So what happened was that the company I ordered from, WMT CNC, shipped the machine from China to Georgia. I was showing that on the map. And what I intended to do was show you the progress of the ship around the canal and around Florida and up into Georgia and go from there. But the ship made it to Georgia and then it had to go through customs, and then the shipping agent was supposed to contact me so we could set up a date to have the machine shipped here. So it was like going on 2 weeks. Well, then another week. I allowed a week for customs to offload the cargo and have them inspect it and this and that. And then it was going on another week after that. So I called up the main company, WMT CNC, and I says, are they going to contact me? And they said yes. So I waited another week and they still haven't contacted me. So I got back to them and they said that they'll work on it. They'll ask them what's going on. So it was another few days after that, and they contacted me one night at 10 o'clock because they're in California, so they're 3 hours behind. And they said that we have your shipment, but we don't know when we can deliver it. So I said, okay, when you figure it out, let me know. So another week went by, and I got their number because when they called me, I got their number, and I tried calling them back, and all I get is an answering machine saying that their mailbox is full. The answering machine doesn't even give the name of the company. And I thought, well, what kind of cheap stuff is this, They don't even tell you who they are. I got a phone number and their mailbox is always full. So I got back to WMT CNC and I told them what's going on. And they said, okay, we'll take care of it. So they contacted me and said that the machine might have been, they call it dual use inspection, something at the port where the port authorities think that an item is used for dual purposes. And I says, well, I already got a confirmation that it cleared customs. I'm just waiting for it to be shipped. So what they ended up doing was they ended up telling this carrier that we're gonna get another carrier to handle this. So all along I've been letting them know, the main company, that even the shipper, that I want to have a forklift here because I know this item is going to be too heavy to take off a truck. And so they got this new shipper, and of course, now they're in a rush to get it to me because I've been waiting on this. I think it's on like 3 weeks now, and the place is only like 500 miles up the road from me. I could have gotten a trailer, gone up there and got it myself, but I don't have tracking numbers. I don't have the bill of lading and all the information I need to get it from the port, so they won't give it to me. But so anyway, they contacted a new shipping company, and I guess they put a rush on it because he called me up, or they let me know Friday night that it'll be here Monday. And I says, no, it won't work. I need a forklift. And they told me that, no, we got a truck with a lift gate on the back, and it'll handle up to 2,000 pounds. And I'm thinking, well, it's got to be a pretty big truck, because a normal truck, transport truck, they're, like when they deliver washers and dryers and appliances from the appliance store, it's a kind of a flimsy thing, So anyway, they assured me that they'll be able to unload it and put it where I want, so long as it's not in a building. They can put it on the ground or near a building, but they can't physically put it in a building. So I said, okay, that's fine. So it was Monday, and I'm waiting for the truck, and I call them up, and I says, what time you guys going to be here? I was able to actually contact the second carrier. I said, what time are you going to be here? Oh, the shipment got delayed. We won't be there till tomorrow. I said, oh boy, here we go. Here we go, Is there really a shipment here, or is this just a fake? So anyway, the next day I call them back, and I says, what time's the shipment going to be here? They said, it'll be there at 1 o'clock. I said, okay. So I waited around all morning, and then just before 1, the truck shows up. The guy was nice. He opened up the back, and it had a lift gate on the back, and I see this big pallet in there. And the guy's got this electric forklift, and he goes to put it under this machine, this machine. It's in a box. The box looked nice. I mean, I expected it on a pallet with the machine strapped to the pallet with a piece of plastic on it, something like that. But it was actually in a box. It looked really nice. So the guy says, I got a problem here. I can't lift it. This electric forklift won't lift it. And I said, well, how did it get loaded? And the guy says, well, what we do is we back the truck up to a loading dock, and we don't use the lift gate, and then they load the items on the truck according to the stops. This was the third stop. So they had other items on the back, and then they put this in the middle of the truck. But they use a bigger forklift. They use a bigger electric forklift to load the items onto the truck using a loading dock. They don't use the lift gate. So the guy, because I was wondering that night, well, how are they going to get this item on the lift gate and get the forklift on the lift gate? Because they won't fit. So you either put you leave the item in the truck, you put the lift on the ground, and then you can't get the item, or you put the item on the lift gate, and then you can't get the fork thing because the item is on the lift gate and you can't move it to get the pallet jack. So I was thinking about this all night, and I said, well, they must know what they're doing. Maybe they have 2 pallet jacks, I don't know. So anyway, the guy shows up, he puts the electric forklift underneath the pallet, says I can't move it. I said, oh, okay. So I look at the lift gate, and there's no way that this lift gate is going to hold this machine. There's just no way. This thing, it's for basically appliances. Maybe 400 or 500 pounds, but no way it's going to hold a 2,000-pound machine. So anyway, we called the company. They have to reschedule. So that's where we are now. We're in the process of rescheduling it, and I explained to them, like I've explained to other people, that I will get a forklift here. You give me 2 to 3 days, I will have the forklift here, and then the truck comes and I'll unload it. Because I talked to the rental people, and I got it. I'm in the system, I'm all arranged, but they said it's going to take 2 to 3 days for them to physically bring it here. So I conveyed this to the transportation people. I conveyed it to WMT, CNC. So now we're in the process of having the machine redelivered next week, and I will have the forklift here the day before, so that when they arrive, we can unload this thing. Now I was able to measure it, and it's 77 inches tall. So it will fit in the garage with the plywood covering that's all over it. Of course, I'm gonna put it out on the driveway, remove the plywood covering, because I don't want to bring it in the garage and then remove the covering and have it damage the doors or the sensors on the doors. And so I can just put it out in the driveway, remove the covers, and leave it on the pallet. But that's going to be my next thing, is how am I going to get this machine off of the pallet. But that I'll have to worry about that later. But right now it's under, we're trying to everybody's trying to get on the same page here, and we're trying to get this thing done. And of course I got to pay additional fees because now the truck has to come back, and I got to pay for storage fees while the item is sitting in their warehouse. It's not WMT. It's not the company's fault. It's the shipper did not really, you have people in the office. I don't know where the office is, and they're sitting at their desk and they're on their computer. They got all the fancy stuff on their desk. They wear nice clothes. They probably smell pretty good too. But they're sitting there and they're doing all this, figuring all this out. And they never go down to the dock. Maybe the dock, like I said, they're in a corporate office somewhere and they don't even know where the dock is. But anyway, they never go down to the dock, and they never really physically see how this stuff operates. They have no conception of what actually takes place at the dock. All they do is sit in an office and whatever they do, not much. But so anyway, we're trying to get this together so we can finally get this thing here. And then once I get it here, of course, I got to get the electrician back, and we got to get it wired up. I got the oils and the fluids for it. I got the tool holders. I got to get the little retention knobs, because I don't know what kind of retention knobs the machine takes. So even though I do physically put it in the garage, it's still going to be another week or so before it actually gets running. But anyway, we got to take it step by step, and hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully this year. Geez, this is it's getting crazy. All right. I'll talk to you later.